Hi, I'm Kaitlyn Hilliard, and my research is over what effects do social media have on in-store and online purchases. The purpose of my research was the study is to determine how social media affects in-store and online purchases by allowing companies to talk to their customers. Generation Y is a huge market for online and in-store retailers. Generation Y uses technology on a regular basis for searching and purchasing intention as an increasing annual sales for both in-store and online retailers, said by Fisher in 2009. The research objective to this study is to discover the factors that influence online and in-store purchase intentions in different retail markets. The online market directly influences consumers' purchase intentions based on the website design, price of products, and quality of goods. As for in-store purchases, quality and the environment have a major impact on purchase intentions, such as lighting, music, and the overall environment. Social media often influences purchase decisions made in-store and online from different retailers, said by Fisher. Based on the information they found through social media sites, 49% of consumers made a purchase decision, also said by Fisher. So, starting off with my key terms, one is Generation Y. According to most reports, Generation Y ranges from 1977 to 1994. This would make them 20 to 37 today, and they are large and influential as the baby boomers. Generation Y consumers' expenditures on cars, apparel, and other items grew by 82 million to exceed those of previous generations in 2006, said by O'Donnell. As their buying powers grow, these emerging adults learn consumer behavior patterns that influence them later in life. They are a huge target market for most retailers and often shop from word of mouth and like to spend their money on the latest trends. Thus, the importance of the college market, coupled with the unprecedented power and attractiveness of this particular generation of college students, make understanding Generations Y development into consumers of great interest to marketers. The next key term is social media. Marketing through social media is becoming a must for most retailers. Web 2.0 applications are becoming increasingly popular due to the advantages they offer to users and their effect on customer behavior, said by Urban 2003. Interaction with peers triggers new customers' needs and alter buying attitudes. Most retailers have their own pages to target consumers on social media sites such as Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook. They post their newest styles and trends and get consumers to buy their products immediately. Considering Generation Y is technologically savvy, it gives retailers a huge advantage to target those customers on social media for little or no cost. And the third key term is purchase intentions. Determining the specific factors that influence young consumers and their purchase attitudes and patterns has become an important focus on consumer research, said by Martin and Bush. There is some evidence that online consumers are not only care for the instrumental value of technology, but also the more immersive hedonic value. The more a person trusts the internet company, the less the person will perceive risks associated with online buying. Perceived risk, in turn, negatively influence the attitudes toward internet shopping. Purchase intentions are affected differently with in-store environments. Consumers had a more favorable attitude toward merchandise and service quality and felt more aroused or pleased with a store where more social cues were present, said by Hugh in 2006. They also had a more favorable perception of store image when high personalized service was provided. Results showed the participants' attitudes towards their favorite clothing websites had a direct positive effect on their intentions to search for information at those websites, as well as intentions to purchase clothing items from their websites after finding the items there. Additionally, operating through information search intentions at the websites, participants' attitudes towards these websites had an indirect positive effect on their intentions to purchase clothing items from non-internet channels after finding the items at the websites. So now for the research questions. My hypothesis one was Generation Y consumers will base their in-store purchase intentions from the trends on social media websites. Hypothesis two said the construct that will have the most impact on purchase intentions of Generation Y consumers buying is perceptions. Methodology. 70 male and female consumers between the ages of 18 to 29 were selected for sampling to determine how social media affects in-store and online purchases. These selected consumers represented a proportion of the population of young male and female college students, graduate students, and recent graduates. 48 participants completed the online survey developed by the research through Qualtrics. The survey was administered through a Facebook page to female and male college students who have social media accounts such as Pinterest and Instagram. Data was collected from 48 participants in order to determine if these consumers made in-store and online purchases based on products found through social media websites. The links were posted on the researchers' Facebook page. The sample I used consisted of male and female consumers who use social networking sites to search for current trends that later affect their in-store purchases and online. These samples are between the ages of 18 and 29. The research focused on a broad range of Generation Y, so you can compare the results of young college students to adults that are early in their new careers. The results I received from this research was the purpose of the study was to determine how social media affects in-store and online purchases. Key terms that were being evaluated in their study was Generation Y, which included ages 18 to 29, the types of social media used by these consumers, and purchase intentions. The survey was meant to test the hypothesis, which was to determine if Generation Y consumers base their in-store purchase intention on what's popular. The demographics for this survey consisted of different race ethnic backgrounds. 87% consisted of white, and the remainder of samples 2% Hispanics and 2% African Americans. The college education ranged from freshmen to graduate students, and also samples that have already graduated. Most of the responses came from seniors, which came in 39%, and 27% of which had already graduated. Because most of the samples were college students, majority of the incomes came in less than $10,000 with 39%. %50 of males strongly disagreed that social media influenced their purchase intentions. This directly shows that social media has a much larger impact on purchase decisions when made by females, which they had 26.32 that somewhat agreed and 21.05 that did agree. It was found out that 53 respondents, 100% used Facebook. Coming in second was Instagram with 89.13 and then followed by Pinterest. A Likert scale questionnaire was given to capture the sample's opinions on how social media affects their in-store and online purchases. This was concluded by a 7-point ranging from strongly disagreeing to strongly agreeing. The samples gave opinions on social media itself, if they followed different stores on social media, if they searched for products they found on social media, and the enjoyment of shopping online and in-store, and how they were to express to others the products they found from social media. Results showed that 5.14 the mean agreed that they often search for in-store merchandise that they have found on social media. Generation Y consumers base their in-store purchase intention on what's popular in social networking. Of the samples that preferred to shop in-store, the mean 5.30 agreed compared to the mean of 4.42 that agreed they preferred to shop online. This research shows that marketing on social media still strongly influences in-store purchases. When asked about their opinion on the following stores on social media, the mean came in 5. This helps justify that retailer marketers to customers on social media is helping grasp a larger audience. This survey has concluded that a mean of 5.44, the samples often search for in-store merchandise that they have found online. Even though most consumers enjoy purchases made in store, consumers are still searching online in advance. So the conclusion that I received from this data analysis was, for research question number 1, Generation Y consumers will base their in-store purchase intentions from the trends on social media websites. Based on the findings from the survey, many consumers do in fact search for in-store items that they have found on social media with a mean of 5.44. With a mean of 5.74, the samples agree that they enjoy shopping online. Therefore, if they don't find exactly what they are looking for, they do follow the trend that they originally found online. In the conclusion that I reached for research question 2, the construct that will have the most impact on purchase intentions of Generation Y consumers buying is perceptions. With a mean of 5.88, the samples agreed they enjoyed shopping in-store versus online, which had a mean of 5.74. Many consumers like to have tangible items so they can feel in before they make a purchase. They like to physically touch it directly, and this is related to a purchase intention. Also, from the results on the survey, social media does in fact influence purchase decisions from both male and female consumers. Generation Y consumers today like to stay trendy and in style. With a mean of 5, the samples agree that they follow different retailers on social media. Retailers are constantly posting new trends and new outfits. Without social media, new trends will not be forming so rapidly. The implications that I got from this study was, this study shows that social media has a high impact on consumers daily. Every day there are new trends or new retailers advertising their products. The internet may be a first place a consumer looks because it's so convenient and also because Generation Y is technically savvy. This study implies it is very beneficial for any retailer to take advantage of advertising for free on social media sites such as Pinterest and Instagram. The recommendations for further study was, there are a few other things that need to be studied on this topic. I think it would be interesting to know how social media is also affecting the Generation Z, because they grew up with extreme technological advances compared to the other generations, even Generation Y. I would want to know if their purchase intentions are swayed much more by the trends and the styles I see on social media sites. By changing this, I would also include Generation Z in my key terms. For the research questions, I would be curious to know how often these consumers purchase online and are satisfied with the product they receive. Many times people order online and get something completely different. For the sample, I would do a wider range to cover Generation Z and do another incentive like a gift card you can use for online purchases. I still believe that the best way to reach my sample would be through social media sites, especially for the younger generations. But I would use a bigger sample to get more males. Well, that is what I received from my topic of what effects do social media have on in-store and online purchases. Thank you for listening.